So far this afternoon, I've been on a nice little flight. The flight started with Jameson IPA finish, and then I went on to a Old Pulteney Hut Art. Give that a try for the first time, and I like it. I rather like it. And then I went on to the Turconnell 16, finished in Oloroso and Moscatel casks. Now I got something totally different. This is from the NHL Alumni series by J.P. Weiser. It's a one-time release. I don't know anything about hockey, but this is the Hockey Alumni series. There's 4 bottles. I have the other 3 at home, but I picked this one up earlier. This is the one dedicated to Mark Messier, or should we say, part of the history of these things is that they took these hockey players, or retired hockey players, and they asked them to demonstrate or show or explain or describe what they like in a whiskey. And so Dr. Don and his crew at J.P. Weiser's would make such a whiskey honoring the player. Now, I don't know how different hockey players play. I'm not really a hockey fan, but I am a whiskey fan. And apparently each of these whiskeys is put together to honor the playing style and personality, I think, of each one of the players that it's dedicated to. So this is the Mark Messier, and it's bottled at a whopping 47% alcohol by volume. It's a 3-grain whiskey. It's 11 years old, finished in Speyside malt barrels. Release 2020 edition, Alumni Whiskey Series. Style bold and tenacious, it says. And it's 11 years old, and I'm going to open it first and then read what's on the back here and let you know what it says. The reason I'm going for this one last in my 3 whiskeys is that the other 2 were 46%, and this one is bottled at 47% alcohol by volume, so I always go from lowest to highest. In fact, I started with 40%, which was the Jameson IPA cask. Come on. See if get this plastic off of here. The plastic seal, I think I got it. Oh, it's gone. There it is. The whole entire plastic thing gone. Yeah. All right. It says on here, the Alumni Association, an award-winning whiskey maker, J.P. Weiser's, honor the past by co-creating this premium Canadian whiskey. Proceeds received by the alumni are invested back into the local hockey initiatives across the country while supporting the retired player community. This whiskey embodies the spirit of Mark Messier. The blend is unique to his playing style. It's his whiskey, but really it's in support of all the other players who battled the exhausting journey before and after, who endured broken bones and bruised body, just to play those precious few games under the bright lights. AlumniWhiskeySeries.com. J.P. Weiser Distillery Limited, Toronto, Ontario. www.wise-drinking.com. Return for refund where applicable, and you know that you won't get pregnant from drinking this. Okay, the Alumni series. Great pop. We will appropriately put this in a Canadian club glass. See. As always, everything's appropriate. Okay. Now, what did I pay for this? It says here, J.P. Weiser Alumni Series, $41.99. See why I like Canadian whiskey? For a Scotch, you pay $100. For Canadian whiskey, you pay $42. So that's $4.20 of goods and of liquor tax, and $2.10 goods and services tax. So $6.30 on top of $41.99. So 42 and 6, 48.29 plus the bottle deposit, $48.39 out the door. 40 if you paid with cash, like I think I did. I usually pay cash. So under $50. It's 47% alcohol by volume. It's a Canadian whiskey. It's bold, like it says. And turn that around. Weisers, yeah. See what our story is here for the legs. If we didn't have any story for the legs. Let's see now. What do you see there? What do we got? Oh, they're slow. Slow to form and slow to come down. Wowie kazowie, look at that. They're still forming and still coming. It's the secondaries that are taking a long time. The primaries, zoom, they were down, but now look at that. Nice. Oh, wow. Initially, I'm getting corn sweetness right away. Corn sweetness. Some of that rye. Corn sweetness. That rye note. That spicy rye note. Lots and lots of vanilla, caramel. And spicy rye. What did it say here? Bold and tenacious. Wow. That's a bold and spicy nose right away. Bold and spicy. I'm gonna have a sip of water first. It's more than a sip, that's 3 gulps. Oh, that is a thing of beauty. The vanilla and rye are balanced perfectly between each other. And a corn note. Oh, yeah. I was looking forward to this series. And when I got this bottle, I didn't know where I could find the other 3. But when I went to another shop that I don't usually go to, but now I'm going there more frequently because I'm getting some good stuff from there. I stocked up on the other 3, so as far as I understand, there are 4. That's right, 4 of these Alumni series from J.P. Weiser's. The nose is delicious, sweet from the corn and spicy from the rye. And it's a 3 grain, so what is there besides? It's probably corn, malted barley, and rye. What other 3 grains would they have used? The corn would probably be the base, the rye second most prevalent, and then the malted barley to give it the enzymes to turn the grain into sugar for fermenting. At least I think that's how it works. I'm no expert, I just like whiskey. Yeah. Yes, bold. Yes, somewhat sweet. Yes, sharp. Sharp. Tingling. Tingling on the sides of the tongue. Finish? It seems to drop off. It seems to drop off pretty fast, but initially it's like that. Bold, yes. But wait. After that initial hit, it's hanging on. It's hanging on. It's still there in my mouth. This is a good value. This is a lot spicier than your standard Weiser's Deluxe 10-year-old. Got more rye in it from what I can tell. And of course the higher ABV helps, because at 40% this would be a dud. But at 47 it's just in the Goldilocks zone. It's just right. Now let's get back. I really like camping. Didn't I say that before? I like camping. I like being out in the outdoors. I like hearing the waves crash on the beach down there on the beach. And I got my nice shady campsite right here. And I'm sipping whiskey, and I plan to do a lot more of that as the week goes on. This is the Sunday. So this video will probably be going up 2 weeks from now. It is now the 16th of August, so yeah, this will go up at the end of August. Oh, what an enjoyable dram this is. Everything that I pulled out to bring camping has been wonderful. Did I mention the Jameson IPA, the Old Pulteney Hut Art, which needed a bit of water to tame it down a little bit because it was a little bit rough. And then the Tyrconnell 16, my goodness, what a whiskey. And now this, fabulous. I could keep on nosing this. Nice and spicy. Spicy and lots of vanilla. Lots of vanilla like only Canadian whiskey can do. Vanilla, corn sweetness, rye spice. Ah! Brilliant. I'm going to try it with just a wee bit of water. See what that does to it. Ooh, that might be a little bit too much. Well, hopefully I didn't drown it. There's something floating around in my whiskey too. It's a bit of, oh, it's a piece of a tree or something. Or maybe it's a overgrown amoeba proteus. Oh no, it's needles from these trees, these evergreen trees. These aren't pine. That one's a cedar. Those are not spruce. What are they, fir trees or something like that? There are always little needles falling out of these fir trees. And so this is why the gravel, the ground, which is mostly gravel, has got a bunch of these little needles from these evergreen trees. And some of it will inevitably end up in your whiskey. And in your mouth. Oh. With the addition of water, this is creamy. Oh, creamy. This has the same effect as does Weiser's 23. When you add some water to it, it brings the alcohol by volume down naturally, but it also gives it a thick creaminess. On the mouthfeel, it makes it more thick and creamy, and it tastes just heavenly. There's some creme brulee in here, along with... Oh yeah, I recommend adding just a little bit of water. You know, like 2 or 3 milliliters should do it. Or just a drop or two. And, oh, this is beautiful. It enhances the vanilla. It tames the rye down a little bit, but I don't like my rye to be tamed down that much. I do like a whiskey to be bold. And this is still bold, but it's creamier. I wouldn't necessarily add water to it every time, but I just had to give it a try and see what it would do. And it is not disappointing me at all. Wow. What am I going to follow this up with? No doubt I will have a few more drams today, because I've got a box full of bottle heels. Or maybe I'll take a break and not drink for a while and just go out on the beach and maybe read a book or something. Or maybe I'll watch some YouTube. I can do that too, because they've got excellent Wi-Fi here at the campground. The Wi-Fi is so excellent that my phone, which I brought here 2 years ago, just glommed on the Wi-Fi, and I didn't even have to put a password in. The password was still in from 2 years ago. Yes, this phone is just a little over 2 years old. So I just got here and boom, I'm hooked up. Same thing happened at the distillery yesterday when I was at Shelter Point. Boom, I was hooked up. Just like that. Well, I'm not going to babble anymore. I'm going to just say, Slanchava to your health.
Food quick.
Food quick.
Food quick.
Food quick.
Food quick.
Yeah.